on. Here she is basically comparing customs to the perception of the Ku Klux Klan. Go.
The Klan was what we would call today a domestic terrorist group.
Why? Why would we call them domestic terrorist group?
Because they tried to use fear and force to change political environment.
And what was the motivation for the use of fear and
It
force?
was based on race and ethnicity.
Right. Are you aware of the perception of many about how the power and the discretion at ICE is being used to enforce the laws? And do you see any parallels?
I do not see any parallels between sworn
I'm talking about perception.
officers and agents.
I'm talking about perception.
I do not see a parallel between what is constitutionally mandated as it relates to enforcing the law.
Are you aware that there's a perception?
I see no
Are you aware that there's a perception?
That puts ICE in the same category as the KKK. Is that what you're asking me?
No, I'm very specific about what I'm asking you. Are you aware of a perception that the way that the discretion
I see no parallel.
I'm not finished.
I see none.
I'm not finished. I'm not finished. Are you aware that there's a perception that ICE is administering its power?
You know, ladies and gentlemen, the combination of stupidity and arrogance is on full display right here. Go.
Fear and intimidation, particularly among immigrants, and specifically among immigrants coming from Mexico and Central America. Are you aware of that perception?
I do not see a parallel between the power and the authority that ICE has to do its job and the agents and officers who do it professionally and excellently with lots of compassion.
Sir, how can you be the head of an agency and be unaware of how your agency is perceived by certain communities?
There's a lot of perceptions in the media and in the public that are incorrect about the agency.
But the perception exists. Would you agree?
So the perception is, according to her, because obviously she's been on the border so many times as the borders are, obviously she speaks Spanish, so she's talking to all the Mexican and people from Central America. She's full of it. But the perception, she says, is that our ICE, Americans doing their jobs to protect this country, are perceived like the Klan, the Ku Klux Klan. Now think about this.